next Saturday. Christmas comes early.
Unbelievable! Welcome to this incredible scene.
Bills.
To the end zone!
Chargers.
It's a touchdown!
An exclusive NFL game.
That's fantastic!
Live in primetime.
Wow!
Only on Peacock.
With a Christmas gift to their fans.
They're having some fun now.
Bills versus Chargers. Next Saturday, 7:30 Eastern. Exclusively on Peacock.
Get $250 cash back after your first $500 in purchases when you open a new Visa at Kemba Financial Credit Union. Pick from 2 great cards, each with their unique cashback rewards, perks, and benefits, and give yourself the gift of cash this holiday season. Visit Kemba.org to compare the cards for details and to apply. Purchases must be made in the first 30 days for cashback eligibility. Kemba, a better way to bank. Federally insured by NCUA.
Thanks for choosing this free Anfield Index podcast. If you'd prefer to listen to this or any of our other shows without adverts, then now's the time to check out Anfield Index Pro. With AI Pro, you can supercharge your entire listening experience. You'll not only get all of our podcasts without the ads, but you'll have them far faster with our Quick Publish feature available exclusively for subscribers. AI Pro also puts you in the heart of our sound studio, with an option to listen to many of our shows live and interact with the podcasters in real time as the shows are recording. Upgrading couldn't be easier. AI Pro is available on all popular podcast platforms, and we have our own apps for Apple and Android. Just head on over to AnfieldIndexPro.com and get started today.
Hello and welcome to Daily Red, your lunchtime catch-up on all things Liverpool FC late in the afternoon on a Friday before a weekend in which Liverpool take on Manchester United in the Premier League. Now, Liverpool lost last night for the third time this season, a dead rubber in the Europa League, a match that meant nothing. And initially, I had convinced myself it was the first time we'd lost without a VAR cock-up. But when you see their first goal, it appears like they forgot to check for the offside, which is a bit weird. But it didn't matter. I would have liked to have seen better performances from a number of the players, particularly some of the senior players who played, who should be striving to win themselves a place in our best 11. I thought Harvey was busy but didn't really accomplish much. Endo was poor. Curtis was poor. Gakpo was awful. Gravenberch came on, was dreadful. Ibu played quite well, but he's in our best 11. Aside from that, I mean, you're looking at some of the youngsters who played well. Jarrell Quansah was excellent, and got his first goal as well, which is huge for him, for his personal career. His passing was exceptional. The only concern with Jarrell is he is slow on the turn. When he gets moving, he's not slow. When he actually gets moving in a straight line, he can eat up the ground. But on the turn, he is a little bit slow. But as he gets older and gains more experience, his positioning will improve and he can mitigate that somewhat. You can also mitigate it with what you put around him. If he had a pacey centre-back next to him and a pacey full-back who stayed that bit more defensive, he'd be absolutely fine. If you put him in the middle of a back three with pacey players either side, I think he'd be fine. So I do think he's going to end up having a long and successful career, and hopefully it's with us. I don't really want to talk about that game anymore because it was just a non-event, really, wasn't it? I've done Scouted for today with Carl ahead of the United game, so you can go and listen to that for my thoughts on that game. Today I thought what I'd do, just to, fill a bit of time. I was talking to Henry Jackson last night, and he made a point that I thought was interesting about how if you're under the age of 40 and you are picking the best 11 you have seen for Liverpool, and Trent, Robbo, Virgil, Ali and Mo aren't in it, you're trying too hard. And I thought, I'd probably have Steve Nicol. But what Henry was getting at was what we've seen of Steve Nicol, if you're kind of my age and younger, a lot of what you've watched of Steve Nicol, you've watched retrospectively. So he was talking more about what you've seen in the moment. So that brought on a conversation about, people's favourite Liverpool 11 of all time, or best 11 you've seen. So obviously you'd have Ali in goal, Trent right back, Robbo left back. So it was basically more kind of from the time you turned, let's say 13, 14, 15, when you could actually understand what you were watching. What's the best team you've seen since? So they're your fullbacks, that's your goalkeeper. Virgil is one centre-back, and Sammy is probably the other centre-back. Daniel Agger, I think, could have been, but the injuries stopped it. And Sammy was just better than Jamie Carragher. In midfield, I went for Mascherano and Fabinho. He went for Xabi Alonso. That's fine. No argument there. Both of us had Stevie, obviously. Both of us had Mo. As a 9, I think Suarez is just the best 9 to pick. Michael Owen was obviously great for us, and he would be second. But I would have Suarez. Suarez was just a better player than Michael Owen. As great as Michael was, Suarez was better. And then left wing, I would go Steve McManaman over Sadio. But then I was thinking about it after, and I was thinking, Owen's really unfortunate to be left out. It's just Suarez. Sadio's very, very unfortunate to be left out. So then I was thinking, what's my second favourite Liverpool 11? Who would be my second favourite player that I've seen for the Reds in each position? And this is harder to do, I think, than your favourite 11 or your best 11. So if you have the time over the next little while, maybe take, however long it takes you, and try and put together your second favourite Liverpool 11 from when you were 15 to now. So for me, Reina is the second best goalkeeper I've seen for Liverpool. With respect to Bruce Grobbelaar, he doesn't hit the criteria. He's pre-me being 15. And what I called of Bruce anyway in the moment was the end of Bruce. David James is not getting consideration. I did think of Sander Westerveld because he had that great year. I did think of Jerzy Dudek because of Istanbul. And his first season at the club was unbelievable. But it is Reina. Right back, you've got Steve Finnan. You've got Arbeloa. You've got Nathaniel Klein. I suppose you could make a case for Joe Gomez, though he is primarily a centre-back. And then there's Rob Jones. And I went with Rob Jones. Now, obviously, his career was cut short by injuries and all the rest. And I am really leaning on his time before I turned 15. But I'm still going to go with Rob Jones because I just think he was a level above Steve Finnan and Arbeloa. I think Arbeloa will be second, then Finnan. Arbeloa would actually be third, and then Finnan will be fourth. But I'm going to go Rob Jones. Left back is tougher. Stigen Gebjornaby, Gregory Vignal. I know a lot of people say Fabio Aurelio, but he barely played. And he is overrated because of a few free kicks. The answer is John Arnorisa, really, isn't it? There's not really another real contender. It's John Arnorisa. Unless you want to go Jimmy Traore and be just nuts. At centre-back, I loved John Scales, but he wasn't at the club long enough. Big fan of Mark Wright. Not so big a fan of Phil Babb. But it became quite a simple choice. Joel Matip or Jamie Carragher to partner Daniel Agger. Matip's best is probably a notch above Carragher's best. But the injuries, the inconsistencies, I think it's got to be Carragher. So Carragher, Agger, with Jones and Finnan, Reina behind. In midfield, Alonso becomes an easy pick. With him in midfield, Thiago hasn't. Has Thiago been at the club long enough? If I was just picking on the best players to play, I mean, Thiago's about to hit 3 years at the club. He's at the end of this season. 4 years at the club at the end of this season. He just hasn't played enough. But I'm going to go Thiago anyway, because, I mean, we've had some grim choices in midfield. So I'm going to go with Thiago. And I'm going to go with Didi Hamann as my third midfielder. So Didi and Alonso with Thiago sort of as the 10.
There's a reason Bowling Green State University is ranked #1 in Ohio for student experience. Our in-demand degrees and life design program prepare students for their first career and their next. With an unparalleled support system at a national research university, BGSU offers an unrivaled experience, all on a vibrant campus in one of America's best college towns. It's also why Bowling Green State University is the #1 school in the Midwest that students would choose again for the 4th year in a row.
Tired of ads interrupting your favorite show? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Download the Amazon Music app or visit amazon.com/ad-free sports. That's amazon.com/ad-free sports to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads. Enjoy thousands of Acast shows ad-free for Prime members. Some shows may have ads.
Sadio right wing. Coutinho left wing. And Michael Owen through the middle. Reina, Jones, Carragher, Agger, Risa, Hamann, Alonso, Thiago, Mane, Owen, Coutinho. With enormous doffs of the cap to Robbie Fowler, to Fernando Torres, to Daniel Sturridge, to Raheem Sterling. I think that's it. I loved Patrick Berger. Doesn't quite. If you want to put him at left back, you might get me on board, but I just think that's probably it. Now, Rob Jones is about the only one that's, I suppose, questionable because of the years. So Rob Jones left us in 99. Now, he had been injured for a fair bit of time. I think he missed the entire year before that. But Rob Jones was really, really good. I know, and to be fair, he was playing left back a lot of that time. Maybe I can't really stick Rob Jones in. But Rob Jones is the second best right back I've seen at Liverpool. That I've seen, not that I've watched, that I've seen at Liverpool. So I'm going to stick with Rob Jones. He's so underrated historically. 8 England caps, that would have been 70, 80, if not for injuries. Gary Neville would have about 4 caps for England if Rob Jones had never gotten hurt. Because by the time Rob Jones would have retired, Neville would have been late 20s. Yeah, late 20s. So someone else probably would have taken over, someone younger. Gary Neville won 85 caps. Rob Jones won 8. Rob Jones was better than Gary Neville. But yeah, so it's just something interesting. I don't know if it's interesting, but something fun to do if you're bored. Try and pick your second favourite 11 and maybe a third favourite 11. Maybe you go Westerveld, Dudek probably for me, Arbeloa. I kind of want to go Insua at left back because he was really good that 1 year where it was him left back, Glenn Johnson right back, and then he fell off a cliff. But being realistic, it's Stiging and Bjornaby. Although he was probably... What year did Stig finally leave? He was around for a long, long time. Left in 2000. So yeah, Stig would be left back, Arbeloa right back. You could go Arbeloa left back, Finnan right back either, but we'll stick with this. Centre backs would be Joel and I think probably Mark Wright. Yeah. Midfield, Momo Sissoko would be in. Jamie Redknapp would be in. So I'm not picking the likes of Barnes and Rush because they were past their best in these years. But we probably go Redknapp and Sissoko, which could be interesting. Redknapp was a really good player until he got all the injuries. Would we go Luis Garcia and Raheem Sterling? And then up front, Torres and Fowler? Again, Daniel Sturridge losing out. Maybe he played Sturridge on the wing. But he played up front for us. He didn't play on the wing. Sturridge just misses out, I think. Unfortunately, Sturridge just misses out. But it is fun. Bobby, of course, another one that's really unfortunate. But we've had great strikers over the years. So there you go. There's your homework for the weekend. Write me out your second and maybe third favourite Liverpool 11s. Bang them to me on Twitter and we'll have a look at them. @HendrickD82. On This Is Anfield, they have a bunch of stuff about last night. They have some stuff ahead of the weekend. So you can read all of that when you want. On Liverpool.com, selling us the hopes and dreams, there is a predicted team. For the weekend, there's some stuff about Mbappe. There's more stuff about the weekend. There's some stuff about Todd Boehly. Todd Boehly has beaten FSG to another mega deal. But Liverpool is proof of the reality. Oh, is this Shohei Ohtani? It is, yeah. Shohei Ohtani signing a $700 million contract with the Dodgers, where the Dodgers will pay him $2 million a year for 10 years and then $680 million over the following 10 years in what is purely an attempt to circumvent the salary cap and the luxury tax. Now, Ohtani will still stand at like $45 million on the Dodgers official payroll, so against the cap, but it does give them a bit of flexibility. But they are going to come to regret that deal. You don't play. You're paying a guy $68 million a year when he's going to be retired and not playing for you anymore. Like, that is just madness, absolute madness. Genius by Ohtani, but madness by Todd Boehly, who is maybe one of the dumber people involved in owning sports organizations. If you look at what he's done with Chelsea. On to AnfieldIndex.com, where we have lots and lots of new stuff. So there is a piece about Thiago. There is a piece about Karl Matchett saying the big senior players didn't turn up last night. There's a piece about Jarrod Quansah, who was our pick as man of the match. Tony Evans' latest is up. Manchester United will always be Liverpool's biggest rivals. That's undeniable. There's Raw from last night, if you haven't heard it. There's a rival recon ahead of the United game, and there is Scouted ahead of the United game. Dave Davis, I'm sure, has a press conference pod, which will be coming. And there's also the transfer show with Dave and Trev, who recorded, I think, Wednesday. So make sure that you listen to that when it is out. And yeah, there's a piece somewhere on the website that Henry Jackson wrote about Gravenberch and how he's struggling, which I assume people will assume came from me, but it had nothing to do with me. I only saw it for 20 minutes ago. It's a good read, though. What else is there? Oh, there's a piece in memory of Gerard Houllier as well. The anniversary of Jed's death was, I think, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. 3 years already. Crazy. Man that put us back on the map. So, yeah, loads on Anfield Index. So do check that out. And I suppose I'll see you all on Monday. Take care of yourselves. We will have Raw after the United game. It will be Trev hosting with Jim and Carl. So enjoy that one. And I'll speak to you all on Monday. Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this Anfield Index show. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel so future podcasts find their way to your device automatically. There's nothing quite like fan engagement, and we'd love to know what you think of anything discussed on this show. The best way to get in touch is over on our free Discord community, where both podcasters and listeners debate the hottest LFC topics 24/7. Sign up free now at AnfieldIndex.com/Discord. You won't regret it. You can also follow us on Twitter at Anfield Index and find us on Facebook by searching for Anfield Index. Oh, and before you go, we'd love it if you could leave us a 5-star review on your favourite podcast app. It only takes a couple of seconds, and it means the world to the people who create these free shows.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
Tired of ads interrupting your favorite show? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Download the Amazon Music app or visit amazon.com/ad-free sports. That's amazon.com/ad-free sports to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads. Enjoy thousands of Acast shows ad-free for Prime members. Some shows may have ads.